Guys, I'm bringing you the most exciting paint project I've worked on in a while, and that is using the gorgeous, stunning finish from Porter's called French wash. The process of French washing starts out exactly like any other paint project. We're going to come in with our brush to cut in, we're going to roll, we're going to give it 2 coats in the colour Hailstorm. And once it's dry, we will come in with the French wash. But the key here is waiting 24 hours for the French wash undercoat to dry. Now, what we're going to do is come over the top of this beautiful half wall, and I'm going to need my trusty new paintbrush. Check out this bad boy. Doesn't look like your regular paintbrush, does it? That's because it's not. What I'm going to do is use the French wash paint and apply it in a crosshatch style by hand. Once you start this process, you cannot stop. And one thing that I wanted to show you was when you're working with the brush application, what we don't want to do is work up and down just in a straight line, because you're going to see where you start and where you stop. And the trick here is wanting to make it blend. So to blend, you want to be working on a diagonal. So you will essentially come in with your organic crisscross pattern further at the top and more narrow at the bottom. And that's going to allow it to blend in quite nicely as it's drying. Another trick with this brush is how you cut in. Now, it's not like go and get a regular paintbrush and then start cutting in the wall. You just want to turn it on its side, and you're going to make sure it's taped, and you're just going to drag it along there. And then with your crisscross, you want to come in as close to that because you don't want to border. That's the number one rule when it comes to cutting in, whether it's French wash, eggshell, low sheen. You don't want a picture frame border. So make sure you do cut in along the edge and then blend it with your cross hatch sort of pattern. But it will allow you, by using a bigger bristle brush, to come in and get more coverage quicker. This is the second part of the accessory piece that we need to achieve the French wash finish. So this ideally is a 2-person job. So once you've got your cross-hatching done by the first person, the second person's coming in with the fresh muslin cloth, and we're going to come in and blot it off while it's still wet is really the key here. Take it out of the packet and unravel the whole lot. You don't want to just work with it all bunched up like this. This is not what we want, because the beauty of a muslin is these soft, beautiful, organic sort of layers and movement that you can get in it. And if you have it completely folded up, you lose that sort of finish. And once you've got it open completely, which is hard to do when you're sitting on the ground, but once you do, you're just going to grab it in sections, and it's like a ball, basically like this, and dab it on the wall. And this is going to allow you to get some nice texture. But once you've done that, you're going to grab another section of the muslin and do it again. And probably sooner than you think as well, because you want this to be as dry as possible when you're dabbing off your paint. One of the biggest mistakes that we see is people just reusing sections of muslin that's probably too damp. And when it's damp, it's not removing as much of that product on top. So always make sure you get more muslin than you need, or you think you need, because you will actually end up using it all.